What's up, everyone? Hope every single one of you is having a great day today. Welcome back to another amazing episode here on the Train to Live Strong podcast. Today, we're going to dive in a little bit, solely on training. I want to talk about this perspective of always thinking that you have to be sore after your workouts in order to have had accomplished an incredible workout, and not just that, but also have that soreness to think to yourself like, if I'm getting sore, that means I'm getting results. That means I'm getting an amazing workout, which is progressing me towards where I want to be at. And I want to talk about muscle soreness because you don't always have to be there. You don't always have to be extremely in pain the next day. And if you are extremely in pain the next day, how can you fix it? How can you help it? How can you improve it? And the reasons why it's like that, the reason why you are that sore. If you are extremely sore, sometimes you get so sore that you can't even like sit down. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have experienced an incredible leg day where you just worked and you go and the next day or 2 days later, like the day after the next day is like the worst, right? So if you do legs today, tomorrow you're sore, but the day after you're even more sore for sure. But why is that? If you are super sore to the point to where you can't even sit down or you can't even get up off the bed or off a seat or out of your car without being like in agony and pain, like, "Ugh," like you don't have to always be there. And if you got there and you are there, this is why. And this is how you can fix it. As you already know, there's a lot of different supplements out there that can help you with amazing things when it comes down to muscle soreness, your recovery. But I want to talk about exactly how those supplements even got to be a supplement and what is the main macro that helps you recover and why you even get sore in the first place. So, whenever it comes down to muscle soreness is simply just from the breakdown phase of you training, from you training and you're working out, you are, to build muscle, there's two ways. You're either going to break down tissue and help repair it, or you're going to build new fibers in order to make that muscle bigger, to make it stronger, to be able to withstand whatever tension and resistance that you're applying to it. And that's what progressive overload is, right? That's what strength training is. That's what hypertrophy is. So whenever you are training and you are breaking down the tissue, let's talk about a very first beginner, a person who has never really touched a weight before, and you are in the gym and you're training, you get that burn sensation, right? All the blood flow is just pumping to the muscle. At this point, the muscle is very new, okay? Very new to this type of stimulation, to this different type of tension, to this resistance that you're applying to it. You're using the levers of your elbow, of different joints, your knees, your hips. You're utilizing these muscle groups that were not under a lot of tension before, but now you're here and now you're training because you want to make a difference with yourself, right? You want to build more confidence and happiness. So whenever you train and you're brand new, you are going to break down these muscles, okay? You're going to break down the fibers. Right? That's just what's going to happen. You're going to apply tension, you're going to feel the burn, you're going to love it, and then the next day you're going to be freaking sore. Now, there's not really much you're going to be able to do because you are going to push yourself in the workout, especially if you have a coach or a trainer. This is your first time, you got a trainer and you're like, yes, I'm going to train my life. I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to have this person help me, guide me, and all this other stuff. And that workout is going to be, either intense, definitely intense for you, but it's also going to be intense on the body, on the nervous system, on your chemical reactions, as in pushing, basically blood flow and lactic acid and all these different fuel sources to the muscle in order for you to use it as energy for you to do the movements. So this is all new to it. Okay. If you are new to training and working out and all this other stuff, so you're going to break down the tissue and you're going to be sore the next day. And who knows, you might even be sore for the next 3-4 days. This is where nutrition will play a huge role in your recovery. Protein is what you consume, right, to build muscle because it breaks down into amino acids. The branched chain amino acids are the ones that rebuild tissue, that help create new fibers, that do these things for you if you eat enough protein, right? That's why they have supplementation of BCAAs, or just simply amino acids, for you to ingest them quicker so your body doesn't have to break down the protein and then break them down into amino acids and then distribute. You drink it in a liquid form as an amino acid and it distributes right away. And that's what helps recovery. That's what helps your recovery process. And that's why they say labels where helps with recovery, helps with endurance, and also helps with muscle growth, right? Muscle tone, because that's what amino acids is doing. But you also want your body to ingest the protein, right? So if you are super sore, take the day to amp up your protein, depending on what kind of plan you're on. And, always be true to your plan and always be true to your coach if you have one. But other than that, if you're doing this and you're trying to figure this stuff out on your own and you're super sore, even if you are just super, super sore, up your aminos, drink some more aminos, eat some more protein for sure. That's going to help you in the recovery process. So you're not as sore as you are right now. And the whole purpose of training is like getting results and also preventative care for health, right? So you can prevent bad things from happening to your body just by taking care of it. But also, you need to also be preventative with your preventative training, as in make sure your protein has always been high. Make sure your carbohydrates have been at a good level as well, so that you can fuel your body and have the proper storage for the breakdown that you're about to apply to your body. Okay, so the recovery phase is where protein and amino acids come into play, and that's where your building phase comes from that macro, that breakdown. And the breakdown of the tissue is because of the amount of tension you're applying onto that muscle. Okay, the muscle and the nervous system in your body is extremely intelligent in what it's capable of doing. So the adaptation of you building muscle, your body is broken down from the resistance applied. As in, if you're doing bicep curls, those bicep curls are going to tear down the biceps, okay, and they're going to help them get bigger, help them get more dense, help them get stronger. Not just that, but you're going to improve the ligaments and tendons at the ends so that they can also get stronger. Same thing with bone density. Everything begins to improve because the amount of tension you're applying. This is why we're able to get stronger. This is why we're able to do incredible things and lift tons of weight and be super powerful or be super explosive because of those reasons. Now, I used to always think that I had to be sore in order to get results. I felt like if I was never sore, then my workout was not good enough. Now, this is the awesome thing about this. If you are sore and you have worked your legs to the point to where you can't even walk for the next 3 days, but you want to build the legs, okay? You want to be able to train those legs in different variations 2 to 3 times a week. And you can't do that if you are extremely sore for 4 or 5 days. There's only 7 days in a week. How are you going to utilize 7 days and be able to train your legs 2 to 3 times a week? You need to be able to hit a threshold to where you're hitting a breakdown, but you're not also extremely broken down to the point to where muscle soreness is too extreme to the point where you can't do certain movements. Now, for example, Monday, you want to do legs. Okay, you want to do some heavy compounds. All right, you're basically just doing the entire leg. Compound lifts, as in back squats, front squats. You're doing maybe some plyometrics, you're doing some box jumps, and then you're also doing some hip thrusts, right? So those are your movements. Maybe if you have machines and you're doing like leg press or whatever, and you're doing those, and you're getting to the point to where you're obviously pushing yourself and this and that, but you're starting to learn about your body as well. You're starting to learn what kind of limits you have, and then that is also going to help you guide yourself and where how hard to push, how far to push, how stay true to your sets and reps. Challenge yourself, but stay true to them, and also challenge yourself on top of what you know about yourself already. If you know 12 reps of this weight and this is your third set, and if you know this is going to be easy, then amp it up, challenge yourself. Your body's not going to change without challenge. But what I'm saying is you have this Monday to do these heavy compounds, right? Then you're going to have Wednesday or Thursday to do maybe some isolated, some quad extensions, hamstring curls, calf raises. You're going to be focusing on the actual specific muscle groups that create the whole leg, right? That create the whole muscle group inside of the leg, upper and lower leg. And then you're going to maybe do some other stuff on like a Saturday or Sunday that's kind of like explosive or whatever the case may be. But if you are going full on 110% and you're depleting the muscle, you're doing drop sets, giant sets, just crazy crap 2 to 3 times a week, and you're training even when you're sore, your body hasn't had time to recover the tissue. It hasn't had time to recover that tissue at its full state of being to where it's like 100%. And because of that reason, all you're doing is breaking down as you're broken down already. And there's no movement. There's no progression in that area. And I'm not saying that you can't train if you're a little bit sore or a little bit tight. That's okay. You're going to create more blood flow. You're going to break down a little bit more. You're going to potentially create another door or more opportunity for that muscle growth to happen if your nutrition is in check and your recovery and your sleep is also in check as well. But muscle soreness should not be a gauge on your progress. What should be a gauge on your progress is how you feel, how you look, and that's basically it. Measurements, if you're doing measurement as well, those are great factors in gauging how your progression is going. You don't always have to gauge on your workouts. The only thing that you should be gauging on your workouts is I can lift more today. I can do more of this today. Like that's what you should be gauging. This is becoming easy. Let me amplify this a little bit more in this next week, or let me amplify more here. I was doing 225 on back squats for 12 reps. Today, 12 reps seems kind of easy. Maybe I can do 235. Now I drop down to 8 reps. Those are things you should be focusing on inside of your workout. Progressive overload throughout throughout time, throughout a span of time, 6 months, 8 months, whatever, and progressively building as you're also feeding your body as well with all the good macros and proteins, carbs, fats, all that stuff. And you're fueling your body and you're also putting in work inside the gym. You don't have to never gauge your workout based off muscle soreness, because muscle soreness is just muscle breakdown, lactic acid buildup, all that stuff that's occurring inside of the muscle because of the amount of tension and resistance and stimulation that you gave it inside of your training session. That's all it is. It's just how much pain did you apply to yourself? And, sometimes I see a lot of people out there, a lot of coaches or whatever, pushing this person, this individual to the extreme, and they just want to get some good results. They just want to get some nice progress. They want to look good in a bikini. They want to look good with their shirt off. They want to look good for this and that. They're not trying to go be a freaking on a magazine. They're not trying to go compete on stage. They're not trying to go do all these certain things. They just want to be just a regular, nice, fit looking individual to help them build confidence and happiness. And they're over here doing a bodybuilding program, and they're being pushed to the point to where as if they're being pushed to be on stage. And there's different worlds here. There's different things. There's different stimulations. There's different powers. There's different levels of push that you need to understand in your body. You don't need to do all that extreme stuff to get results. This is why sometimes people jump into this field, or you going and finding a coach and that person just pushes you to the ground, and then you have a bad taste in your mouth on fitness, on training. And that's just one person. That's not the fitness industry. There's multiple people out there that know your goals, are going to help you get there with the work. Absolutely, you're going to have to work, but not to the point to where you hate this. Not to the point to where you just hate squats because you just that one coach pushed you and drop setted you and did all this stuff. And even if your back was hurting, they still pushed you to do it. Like, that is too extreme. That is something different. You can still gain amazing results and progress by not always being extremely sore, not always being pushed to your full extent. There are times and place for those moments, believe me, but you don't always have to be there. So if right now you're striving for muscle soreness, why are you striving for muscle soreness? You should be striving for progress. Soreness does not achieve progress. Progress is from following a structured program that utilizes and balances, coordinates training, recovery, and nutrition all together as one, all together stimulated to your body, sustainable for your body, sustainable for your lifestyle, sustainable for everything that makes you who you are. That's what progress, that's how progress happens. It's not because of muscle soreness. And it took me a long time to think this. It took me a long time to find out that muscle soreness is just delayed onset muscle soreness, because you have stimulated the muscle and broken it down because of resistance and tension, which then your body needs to adapt. But because the damage you applied to that muscle, it's going to hurt. Just like if you were to cut yourself, like you get a paper cut. Oh, dude, that shit hurts. Like, you find out when you're washing your hands, like, what the hell? I cut myself. I didn't even know. Whenever you train, you're training, the pain is not present in the moment, because all the body is doing is trying to give you as much energy and blood flow and make it so that you can continue to do your reps for as long as possible. But you feel the burn sensation, right? That's what you feel. The burn sensation is carbohydrate molecules, carbs that are already installed and stored inside your bloodstream, inside the muscle, to make you do the work, because that's the energy source. And because you're doing multiple reps, okay, it only has a good amount of storage inside for you to continue to do those reps. That's why you get tired. That's why you can't do the reps no more. If you deplete all those, okay, you deplete everything, and your burn sensation is there. It's boom, banging, right? You have like lactic acid buildup. You got a freaking pump. You got veins popping out. Whatever it is going on, you're applying so much to that muscle. You're only going to feel that burn sensation. Your body is always trying to get into homeostasis, which is a nice, perfect line of health. There's no pain. There's none of that stuff. That burn sensation is your body reacting to stimulation inside that muscle because of the extent of energy used, and it's pushing all this stuff there to tell you to stop. Basically telling your nervous system, yo, you need to stop this, and your brain, all that stuff to stop. Okay. And then once you do stop, now there's damage. And now your body has to rebuild that. And that is painful. And that's where muscle soreness comes in. You don't always have to gauge it on muscle soreness. Everything I just said right now progress is not created through muscle soreness. It just doesn't make sense. Now that I broke down to you what muscle soreness is, it's not going to make sense on why muscle soreness, it creates and equals progress, because it doesn't. The balance of all three, training, recovery, nutrition, those are the things that are going to make it so that you do gain progress. In your training session, you create the opportunity for progress. Everything else installs that and makes that reality for you. So if you're gauging your workouts or your coach is gauging your workouts on your muscle soreness, that's not the right answer. All you're going to do is go further in pain. You might even get injured down the line. What you're going to do is just do more damage without proper recovery, and you're not going to get the results as you want. You're going to be doing so much work and not get results in the amount of time that you want it to get in. Like, you don't have, if you want to do something in 3 months, you can get there in 3 months. Okay. Be realistic always. But if you're being pushed to your full 150,000% capability with every single workout, to where every single day you're just sore as hell because you think that by doing more sets and reps, by pushing the body to the ultimate, that you're always going to be sore and that soreness is going to equal results. That's not the case. All you're going to do is hurt yourself. You can do less work. Dial in on your nutrition. Put that much effort that you're putting in your workouts, put it inside your nutrition, and watch. By doing your, not going through the motions, but doing the actual training session and doing it and feeling the burn. You get to the burn, you're pushing yourself, but it's not too excessive. It's not too extreme. You're just getting there. You're getting to that 100%, right? And you're just right there on that line. Right there on the line. You're pushing yourself, but it's not too extreme, but you're dialing in on your food. You're going to see how much your body changes just by doing that. And you're going to think like, dude, before I was doing a bunch of crazy crap, like insane stuff, and I wasn't getting as much results. Now it feels like I'm in the gym for like 45 minutes and I'm doing my workouts. I'm getting it done, but I dialed in more on my nutrition and I got results faster. Watch, ladies and gentlemen, how that works. And now you're going to realize that you don't need to be in the gym for 2 hours. All right. You can be in the gym for 45 minutes. That's why people think that this is impossible, because they don't have time to be in the gym for 2 hours like this other person over here. Look, you're not that person. You have your lifestyle. You have who you are. You have the goals that you want. Get them. There's nothing wrong with being in the gym for 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Stimulation needs to occur for muscle growth. So you better work on that and get there and find out how you can do that in 30 minutes or 45 minutes. But other than that, you don't always need to gauge your progress on muscle soreness. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions about anything I just asked right now, please check the email in the show notes. Every single episode, the show notes are very important for you to read so you can see what's going to be what the episode is going to be about. If you even find interest in the topic, okay, that's important. Key takeaways, I put them in there as well. Okay, you're going to see it. It's kind of like reading the back of a book, right? You see, like, you're going to buy a book and you're going to look at the back, you're going to read it a little bit. It's like a summary. Same thing here on the show notes. But not only that, there's an email there where you can ask us questions. You can ask me a concern or ask me something that you're wondering or whatever it is. You want to get in contact with a guest speaker, you can go through me and I can get them to you. Okay, there's a lot of amazing things you can do just by being in contact with us. And then underneath all that are all the amazing links to all the amazing partnerships that we have with great companies. And it's all here for your benefit. Ladies and gentlemen, all I ask is you simply share this episode to your best friend, your gym buddy, your mom, dad, cousin, uncle, someone. The more people will get to listen to these episodes, y'all, the more lives we can all change together. That's all I'm trying to do, is inspire people to believe in themselves, what they're truly capable of, and the ability that they have to accomplish the goals that you all want. If you want to lose weight, believe in yourself. And I'm here to inspire you to do that, to believe in who you are. That's why you bring on amazing guest speakers. That's why I come on here and I spit this freaking into this mic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, but that's all I ask. Okay, share it to your best friend, gym buddy. Put it on your Instagram story, tag us, Matthew_fitness_trainer. Okay, pretty soon here, I think we're going to open up a page specifically for the podcast. This is a long time coming. This is episode 210. So it needs to happen, right? But other than that, you know how we do it over here. Ladies and gentlemen, get out there, train hard, live strong. Coach Matt, I'm out.